All right, so check this out. I've just finished reading 7 Levels of Communication by Michael Meyer and Maher. I think that's how you say it, Mayer? I don't know how to say it. But I just finished reading the book and absolutely phenomenal. So as somebody who loves entrepreneurship, business, and obviously I'm in the real estate business, it is a game changer. So I just kind of wanted to share my top 3 takeaways from it. So step 1, the biggest one was just it's okay to give and not expect anything in return. I know that sounds cliche and everybody should know that already, especially because everyone's so morally great in the country, but I think it goes by the wayside a lot of times. And especially me, I'm naturally a more transactional person. I give you something, I expect something back, and I think most of us are, but we just don't say it. But that's how I am naturally. But the book really went through some concepts on the fact that it's okay to just give. But when you do come to ask for a business or a transaction or any kind of sale or something like that, it's always much easier for the other person to respond gratefully if you've already given them 10 times, 5 times what you're asking from them. So that was takeaway number 1. Now, takeaway number 2 was a little bit more obvious, I guess. Something I knew, but just needed to be back in front of mind. 80% of the work should be in front of people. But yeah, so 80% of the day's work, especially in real estate business or a people business, service-based businesses and stuff like that, should be in front of people. That is ultimately how you're going to grow. So whether that's from social, whether that's in front of people person to person, taking people out to dinner and coffee. And I've already started implementing. Last week, I took out 3 past clients to coffee and lunch. And the best one, honestly, was, I can't say best because I love them all. But the one from yesterday was really awesome because she was just so grateful. She brought me a gift. It was a super cool candle, which I actually have lit right here. So yeah. It was awesome. It was awesome. And it just feels good to be back in front of people. And then obviously that relationship is strengthened so much more. Now, on to the third thing. The third lesson that I took away from it is that you have to be, I guess the easiest way to say it was be niche down. You cannot just be this person that doesn't have a true message. So I actually just listened to a talk earlier where the guy was describing you need to have a story that solves a problem for somebody specifically. So as far as me, I love business, I love entrepreneurs, I love other entrepreneurs, all that kind of stuff. So just an example, it would be if you've had, okay, let me gather my thoughts. So if, let's say somebody asks you, what do you do for work? So if somebody comes up to me and says, hey, what do you do? Instead of going, I'm a real estate agent, the in return would be, well, have you ever been looking on Zillow and you look through a bunch of different homes and some of them have some of the things you want, but not every home checks all those boxes? So I help those people. So I help them actually find that home that checks every single box. Now obviously that's a different example, but that is a much more compelling story and a description of what you do for work. And so just moving things to niche down, have a target audience. And so I think I'm really just going to be focused in on the groups. Me, I mean, I'm a huge Cowboys fan. I love business. I want to buy businesses. I want to have crazy investment portfolio, all this kind of stuff. I'm super entrepreneurial, but I also am a third-year businessman, so now I have the different struggles there. But just sharing the things that I'm niched in and solving those different problems as opposed to just trying to help everybody. So I guess the easiest one-liner way to say that is you help everybody by helping somebody would be the easiest way to say it. So 3 really great takeaways, and I've already started implementing it into the business, and really, 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 really recommend the book. If you are an entrepreneur at any level and you do any kind of service-based business or honestly any business, product-based, things like that, it would really be awesome. I'd highly recommend you go read 7 Levels of Communication. It is a game changer for sure. So thank you guys for watching. As always, I always love at least talking about business and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna be more consistent with sharing the things that are going on. But yeah, just gonna be more proactive with sharing the stuff that I'm going through and as I climb to the top. And as always, if you guys have a real estate need across the country, I'd be honored to help. But just let me know. And I'll see you in the next one.